Tuesday evening, and we're watching that cooler air making its way a little bit closer to us over the next couple of days, including more chances of rain, maybe some thunderstorms out there. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek, reachable at aonek@wdef.com. You are watching Weather Overtime. This is our expanded forecast information blog section to where you can get more information about what's going on than you can with a typical weathercast. 2.5 to 3 minutes is not enough to really expand on what we're seeing. Coming up tonight, we'll take a look at the climate conditions that we've seen for today. Pretty windy and very much on the warm side. We'll also take a look at climate change and what you and I can do to take a look at what's going on our planet and how we can hopefully at some point be able to stop humans from polluting our only home in the solar system and in space in general. We'll also take a look at the possibility, very slim, of some thunderstorms coming our way and what you can do if you're a teacher to have us in your classroom on our Weather in the Classroom segments. That's all coming up in just a little while. Taking a look at the almanac page for today, we are still ahead for the month and for the year where it comes to precipitation, but we could use a lot more, and we're going to be getting that coming up a little bit later on. Once again, another almost there record-breaking day, 4 degrees below a record high last set in the year 2000. A breezy day as well, winds gusting to 28 miles per hour today, so very much on the mild side. Spectacular sunset in progress from the Island Cove Marina and Resort camera, and if you've got weather pictures out there, sunrise, sunset, or otherwise, please send them along to us. When I worked back in Memphis, several people sent me a lot of photographs. Trey Cool was one of them, and this view from the western side of Tennessee around the town of Rossville, very close to Collierville, in that area close to Memphis. A nice sunset picture. That's our Tuesday West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. Thank you, Mr. Cool, for that one. If you have weather pictures, find us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, or just go ahead and email us. You can find us at pictures@wdef.com and send your pictures along to become the West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. Got a few clouds drifting on through the area tonight and a few more back to the west of us. Hopefully not enough that's going to be causing problems with stargazing. What we do have is a front that is going to be kind of the tracks of the train to where these areas of low pressure are going to be riding along that track coming our direction, and that's going to pull up even more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So this will be the fuel, this will be the energy, and all of that is heading our direction. Also, back to the far northwest of us as a new round of winter weather makes its way onshore. We are going to be seeing the potential of maybe some dicey conditions up there. We're already getting, again, a lot of rain and snow and wind mixed in, and over the next several days, that's going to be making its way across the country, going mainly across the northern states, aiming for the Great Lakes, which is why we're featuring this map for right now. Again, this does not specifically affect Chattanooga area proper, but if you are traveling anytime soon to or through any of these areas, and let's just be generous on this and just say anywhere between Chicago and Seattle. It doesn't look like much for right now, but we have numerous winter storm watches, warnings, and advisories in effect for several states, and a good bet we'll be seeing more of them coming up over the next several days as that atmospheric river from the west coast opens up and we start to see even more potential for rain and snow heading our direction. So this is going to be the target zone for a lot of problems into the next day or two. Definitely want to call ahead, check your destination, check your airlines, check the travel conditions. Not something you want to be messing around with this amount of snow. We're talking like feet of snow across the west coast and several inches of rainfall in parts of the Intermountain West that could lead to some mud or landslides or avalanches. Not something you want to be messing around with. Okay, running the numbers tonight into tomorrow morning. Chilly for the kids at the bus stop. Back into the mid to upper 30s to lower 40s with some clouds coming on through. Now just back to our west, we see more potential of rainfall, but the trouble is all of this is making its way into very dry air. So as the moisture makes its way toward that dry air, most of that falls apart. So we might see a few speckles of rain showers Wednesday night into Thursday. Again, that's going to be about it. But as we get into Thursday afternoon, that's where we see even more potential of rainfall coming on through. Maybe even some rumbles of thunder out there. Again, forecast goes for about the next 48 hours or so, and again into Friday. That's where we see the potential Thursday night to Friday morning of maybe some rumbles of thunder mixed in there. Severe weather again at this chance, not seeing a chance of that right now. But we could, and that's something to watch out for, especially at this time of the year. For the raincast function from the Weather Prediction Center, the worst of the worst is going to be taking place again from the Mississippi Valley down into around parts of the Tennessee River Valley through Alabama and northern portions of Mississippi, but not seeing a lot of problems for now. Heavier rainfall, but not the heaviest rainfall going through. And that's why we see, again, the potential for flash flooding getting a little bit closer to us. So going into around Thursday into Friday, we could be seeing the potential of a marginal risk of flash flooding taking place, so something to watch out for there. Over the next few days, severe weather back toward the Red River Valley, and again, we could see some of that in the way of rumbles of thunder taking place as we go toward about Thursday into Friday, but as of right now, again, that pale green is just generic thunderstorms. It has not anything to do with severe weather, but at this time of the year, we need to pay attention to that. Temperatures over the next several days will be very much on the mild and close to normal side, not looking at a lot of change coming up. Showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder again from Thursday evening through about Friday, and then picking up again as we go from late Saturday through early Monday morning. That's going to be the extent of it. And again, rumbles of thunder for right now. That's going to be about it. It will be on the chillier side Friday night into Saturday with that colder air, so maybe time to cover up those plants you got outside already and making certain you can bring some of those in if you possibly can. And, of course, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that while we're still doing this, we have no idea, but again, daylight saving time begins Sunday morning, so don't forget to set your clock forward as you go through that time frame into around early Sunday morning. Otherwise, you're going to be perpetually early for everything, and again, that is where we see the potential of best amounts of rain. And again, maybe a rumble of thunder, but not much. And there are signs back to the area around mid-March that we could be looking at a very cool period of time coming into around the Ides of March, around the 15th or so, looking at a decent plunge of temperatures coming down from portions of Canada. So we could be seeing temperatures easily back in the 30s, maybe the 20s. We're not done with winter yet. We still got about 2 weeks to go. So we've got a lot of cold air possibly on the way. We'll keep you updated on that in the next several days, so stay tuned. Want us to visit your classroom? That's great, but we have to schedule it. We don't just show up because that's rude and honestly kind of weird. So WDEF.com/weather and click on Weather in the Classroom for more about our Food City Weather in the Classroom program. Also, if you'd like to help the programming your weather radio, we can help you do that, and you can find out more at the weather section of WDEF.com. Don't forget that there are also new training opportunities for Skywarn volunteers to become the eyes and ears of the National Weather Service. Meigs County in Decatur, Tennessee. That's this week, Thursday the 9th, 6:30 p.m. Register for these meetings at weather.gov, and again, depending on where you're at, from weather.gov/MRX or weather.gov/HUM. It's the day where we feature a lot of atmospheric and environmental information, and if you'd like to see more about our Your Environment program and the Down to Earth section, where we're going to be featuring information online about climate change, about pollution, about what you and I can do about conservation and the environment, that's all available, again, at our websites for more details on that. So again, what you and I can do to help out. On Thursday, stay tuned because we'll be doing a little bit more about the oceans and how you can help out. And you can find out more by going to my social media pages. That's all available, and I'm all over the place, so you'll find me out there someplace. So far, again, not seeing any problem with anything involving severe weather, so good news on that. But as we get into the next couple of days, going to be more rain chances and thunderstorms coming on through, and that should be about it. Chip Chapman has your forecast bright and early tomorrow morning. Weather forecast updates again at WDEF.com/weather. Questions, concerns, ideas about what you'd like to see featured on here, complaints, if you absolutely must, look me up at Onek at WDEF.com on email. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. That's Andrew Harrison walking behind me in the background right there. And we'll have more on your forecast tonight on News 12 and again at WDEF.com/weather, so stay tuned.